Hello, and welcome to Shamrock Talk, the internet's #1 Mother-Son Celtics podcast. I'm your host, Jake Olin, here once again, back in person with my mother, Karen Olin.
Hello.
First in-person pod that we've had in a while. We're recording this the night of Tuesday, April 28th, following Game 5 of Sixers Celtics. Celtics fall to the 76ers just a few minutes ago. This final was 113-97 to bring the series to 3-2. Still a Boston lead. Well, 3 games since our last episode. We did a Game 2 recap, but we missed the last couple for the weekend. So, where do you want? Let's start with tonight. Fresh in the mind, probably maybe the most interesting game of the bunch. What went wrong here, Mom? What fell apart in the fourth quarter?
Well, I think typical coming off a blowout like last time, they just didn't come out with the intensity that they should have come out with to close it out. The speed at which they played the beginning of the game was just slow, absolutely slow, and didn't really wear down the Sixers, which is what they should have been doing the whole time. Easy to play defense against one-on-one 3-point shots. Really just don't wear them down. And that, I think that started minute 1. Just very disappointing. And everybody, I don't think anybody played particularly well this game, shot particularly well, or even played defense that particularly well. Embiid killed us inside. There was nobody to stop him. We have 3 big men, and he is probably maybe at 70%. Maybe even 60. I didn't think he was moving incredibly fast today. No. And we had no answer for him defensively. Nothing, inside. And I think they could have even annihilated us earlier if they had kept going with Embiid inside, which they stopped for a while. Probably because he was getting so worn out, had to come out with an injury. But yeah, a slow 60 or 75 Embiid, kind of killed us. Which, yeah, it'll be interesting next game. Your thoughts?
I mean, first thing you look at, just box score watching, 28% from 3.
Yeah.
Story of the Missoula Celtics. Yes. If you shoot like that from 3, you're gonna probably lose the game, and and no one could really get going from beyond the arc. Just bad numbers all around. I think just the no continuity on offense at all. Not a lot of movement, kind of stuck in the mud. A lot of forced shots and stuff that
poor choices.
Yes,
poor choice
a lot
shots.
of foul baiting, kind of not playing the kind of basketball that you see when we're really clicking, at least on the offensive end. Yes. And then that leads to a lot of kind of stuff on their end. Anytime you can get Maxey out in transition, that's gonna hurt. And so a lot of that stuff, I think, offensive struggles kind of led to defensive struggles. And but it was really that fourth quarter that killed us. We scored 11 points in the fourth quarter.
Yes,
11.
Well, and they became confident.
Yeah,
it was the team that you don't want to see with a Paul George, an Embiid, a Maxey, a Grimes
couldn't score, and then were off to the races.
So then they started moving the ball well, and the confidence was there. The confidence that we need to start the game with and continue the game.
Yeah,
with. And it was a close game for the most of the 4 quarters. But as soon as that slow, it was 4, then it was 6, and our shot choice was terrible.
Yes, over and over again, terrible.
Threes when we haven't been hitting threes. And quite honestly, we were getting some success driving into the lane because Embiid is slow at this point. And so if you move the ball a little better and go into the hoop, I think it would have been a different game. Because it wasn't all at once. It was a slow creep for them. And then once they got the 10 or 12 points, then they started whipping the ball around and being in control and hitting some shots that they hadn't been because they weren't as confident. So poor shot choice, I think, down the in the fourth quarter was, very detrimental. Hucking up a 3 early in the shot clock when we haven't been hitting threes, and I guess I'm talking mostly, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And Jason Tatum didn't do, again, it's more about the shot choice when you miss, when you could be driving in and taking that short 2 and drawing a foul, which, like I said, Embiid is not himself defensively. So that should open up the lane. If we move the ball well, if you're not dribbling and playing ISO, which we did a lot of times. A lot. If you're moving the ball, then that is going to get the pass back. It's going to open the lane up, and that is what we should have been doing. Because, yes, like you said, what did we shoot at 3? 28%?
Yeah. Not good.
And they weren't lights out.
And I agree with you. Getting Embiid in the action, pick and roll Embiid all day, that's the formula when you play
He's not even jumping
the
at
hobbled Embiid team. Yeah.
I'm not sure he had a block tonight, which is, he is not himself. So even though he is tall, even though he is slightly dominant,
he's not a force at the rim
enough
anymore.
That we should be able to get to the rim.
You're right. He's not a force at the rim anymore, and you should be exploiting that.
He one block. He did have one block, which I didn't see, but he was at the rim. He just did not jump. So, he was not a force defensively.
I just did some quick math while you were talking there.
Go ahead.
For the series, we got to talk about it. Derek White, 7 for 33 from 3 for the series. Yeah. What is going on?
Now, I will say he is chasing down. He was on Maxey a lot tonight and the other night.
Yeah.
So defensively, he is picking up some of the tougher.
But that's not what you want from Derek White. He's a he was a two-way player. He's now a one-way player, and that is not that's not a formula for looking to make a deep playoff run because you need that. He's your third option. He has been all year. He has been for years.
Yeah,
and offensively, just not even like a semblance of what it was. There's no confidence, no drive. Every shot does not.
And it's funny, he took the first 2 shots of the game tonight.
Yeah.
He took the ball, and it was almost like a push.
Correct.
To get
I'm sure they did,
involved.
And it just doesn't, if you're not hitting the shots, you're not hitting the shots. Yeah. And no driving to the hoop.
But I think he took 8 the entire night, right?
But that's an issue.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. But I do think there is a lack of a flow at times.
Yeah, agreed.
Peyton Pritchard dribbles around enough so that once again, it's not like Peyton is getting a lot of offense from passes, right? He creates his own, we just aren't that, consistently we aren't that.
Yeah.
That passing, cut away from the ball kind of team. We're just not.
Yeah.
And so I do think because now we have Jason Tatum back that those chances are limited, right?
Again, he's played plenty of time with Tatum and Brown, and
I agree.
And those other guys, and Drew and Porzingis, and he found, he was scoring
8 shots in 36 minutes. Yeah. That's not a lot.
But that's what I mean. That's less than he was taking when we had Drew and those guys, and you expect him to have a bigger role this year. And you can say what you want about the regular season and how he played. He had an okay year. Maybe he didn't take the leap that you'd want him to without.
Well, his average is still pretty
That's
decent.
what I mean.
It wasn't terrible.
This is like a whole nother level of what is he hurt? Is there a chance he's hurt? Because what is going on?
Yeah.
Even in the fourth quarter, he had 2 corner threes, pretty open, misses them both, not relatively close. It is definitely the number one concern of what is going on with Derek White. And, we got to really focus on this series first, but even just going forward, that's a guy you're going to need that looks like a shell of himself.
If we play this way next series, if we get past the Sixers, which I think we will, I hope they come out with a lot of energy, and I don't know, who knows?
Yeah.
If we get past this series, we're going to have to figure out a lot fast.
Yeah, I agree.
This offense and particularly our defense wasn't stellar tonight either. Like I said, it wasn't just Embiid, but Maxey got to the rim easily. We just weren't very. Yeah,
Grimes had 18 points as well.
Yeah,
he was on fire.
And those were open shots.
Yeah,
these are not like highly contested, maybe a hand up, but whether we expected them or not. But once he hits a couple, then there
was nothing there.
But even as we started to go behind, you didn't, there were some great rebounds, fights for rebounds, I thought. But all in all, that defense on the 3-point line wasn't that intense for us. It wasn't like we were on top of people. So yeah, the intensity was lacking. It was just, and people have an off night. But I didn't think at times in the beginning of the last game we played particularly well either. I didn't think we were outstanding. I think we were hitting threes. I think Peyton Pritchard took us to the next level for that game.
Yeah.
He was a superstar.
He was awesome.
But there were moments when I think it was the same thing. The ball movement was stagnant. A lot of ISO, a lot of turnovers by the Jays that, trying to go into 3 and 4 people.
Yeah.
Which happened tonight, at times. Dribbling too long out front, and Jaylen Brown had it batted away. I don't know how many times as he was dribbling up there.
He turned straight back into Bumbles for this game. I don't know what
batted
was
away.
going
A couple times we
on.
returned it.
Grimes had that possession where he guarded him the whole way and just locked him up.
What is he doing taking the ball up and dribbling that much?
Dribble. Brutal to watch.
But the hard part about that is that I didn't see one person coming up the court to ask for a pass.
Yeah.
It was him, and nobody else was moving at times. So it's like, where is everyone else? And a lot of times you look, and Jalen or Jason are dribbling at the top of no one is moving.
Yeah.
Nobody is cutting. Nobody is moving.
Yeah.
Did we have one play where we said, great pass, great, backdoor cut? Nothing.
No.
Zero. So, I don't know. I think to get to that next level, to make it to the Eastern Finals, you got to figure that out.
It's funny watching sometimes too Jaylen Brown get those blitz doubles that Tatum always used to get, and him not being able to get the pass early. And Tatum could finally, at least last year, kind of started to figure out that you got to pass it early before the double comes. And Brown seems to be a step behind in that development probably because he didn't see the doubles until.
And depends on how far he gets into the lane. Sometimes it's 3. Three people, and then he still thinks he's going to strong arm it in.
Yeah.
And maybe it does fall, but maybe it doesn't fall.
But it's not against the best shot.
It isn't the best shot. Rolls around the rim because it's not an easy shot, and that happened a lot.
Yep.
We had layups we missed, several times because it's not the easiest shot. It's not the best shot.
Yep.
Which is hard. So I'll go back to when they did get the pass out. I mean, Derek White wasn't making any shots. Peyton Pritchard wasn't great from 3. I mean, he still shot 50%. So he was not, he was 5 for 10 in 26 minutes. So he was not terrible. But I think it's even harder for them to see themselves passing when your teammates are not shooting well. Sam Hauser did not shoot well in the beginning of the game. Then he started. He
kept us alive.
Exactly.
He had 2 threes in the fourth quarter. That was 6 of our 11 points right there.
Yes.
11 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It's just a brutal ending to this game, and that's really it, because you're winning this game most of the time. I mean, this is a completely different conversation if the fourth quarter goes a different direction, and we just could not pull it together.
It was just the slow. They got another one we missed. They got another slow get away from you, and then it was too late because they had all the confidence. They were moving the ball well. We were not playing.
Yeah,
I mean, they just
knew
looked
it was
good.
Toast. Yeah.
And it was too late. It was about 10 points, and it was just done.
Yeah.
We just could not hit a thing, and they just clicked.
Yep.
So, But again, I think the first quarter of the last 2 games have been extremely different than we played last year with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. It was always the first quarter where we got the ball moving, and other people, there was more ball movement. And in the last 2 games, I think there has not been that ball movement, a lot more ISO at the beginning of the game, which does not involve other people and get them, into the game. And I think at the very beginning they did try, and I think it was a concerted effort to get Derek White to shoot the first couple shots. And then he faded into the background there too.
Yes, that is just my number one.
Yes.
What is happening? Because,
But again, Peyton Pritchard 10 times total. I mean, he only had 10 shots. Sam Hauser 7.
Yeah.
it's not like they're shooting a
But again,
lot
at
of
least
shots
you've
anyway.
seen those guys recently I mean, like Pritchard was incredible in game 4. So you at least know those guys have it this is just a whole thing with Derek White now. It's not just this game, it's every game. And he's just invisible out there offensively.
Yeah. And he doesn't touch the ball very much as well.
No, well, that's what I mean. It's like
3
but
assists.
I think part of that's a confidence issue where he just doesn't look like he even wants the ball out there. Like he just looks lost.
Yeah. But he should be at the top at the beginning anyway.
I agree, yeah.
He should be at the top. Peyton should be at the top. And Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, there should be a couple of great passes before they begin their ISO every single time. Get the defense off. Why are you getting the ball at the very top of the key? Easily read. You can tell. We all can tell. How many times today and during the game did you find yourself yelling, pass the ball, pass the ball to Jaylen Brown? It's like, come on. There are 3 people on you. This is not going to be your best shot. So I do think that, I think, and that's how he gets himself into the game. He handles the ball at the top more than, Jaylen and Jason.
Yeah.
And they get that pass the second or third, and then they make their move.
Agreed. And that's when you're at your best,
yes,
for sure.
Yes. Derek White might penetrate and then pass it out to them. Then they make their move. It's how are you not at times figuring that out? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And I would say my number 2 kind of disappointment this series has been Keita.
Yeah.
Just foul trouble constantly. Yeah. Just a lot of the boneheaded stuff. And I know Embiid's a tough matchup and it's not, but you just want a little more out of him defensively. Just, a little smarter, a little, not fouling, being able to protect the rim. And, it just seems like he's not.
Well, I think they got a little smarter. I mean, again, I'm not sure why Nick Nurse didn't just keep having him down there posting up near the hoop, because if you had Maxey or somebody get him the ball, there's nobody stopping him, right?
No.
So we had our bet. Then he was at the foul line setting, the screen and stuff. And once he gets the ball at the foul line, I thought Keita did a much better job. They could keep him out because he can't dribble or move or whatever.
But just there's no kind of toughness, no banging, like if you really kind of put the body into him, he's gonna foul you. There's no kind of taking those shots and playing that kind of good defense there. So I thought that was a little disappointing. Yeah.
Well, we needed to wear him out, and why we didn't wear him out defensively, I'm not sure why.
Yeah, just make him run
should
around.
Have been we should have been going into the
And that's where I mean
the lane.
I thought Vucevic was pretty good in the last game 4, where they played the 5 out and they're like, everyone can shoot now. You're gonna have to play defense in the perimeter, and and then that's when they kind of were able to pull away there, because you make them run around, you make them guard the perimeter. There's no one that they can leave and sag off of, and
and Vucevic was even worse on him, I thought.
There's no toughness there.
That's really when they had him camped out in the lane.
Yes, He's defensively is not built for that. Yeah.
It was not. He was a little too slow.
But like you said, you tire him out a little bit. Then you bring Vucevic in, and then you say, well, now you got to guard the perimeter and you're tired, and you can't do that. And I thought that is not how this game went at all.
So, I mean, next game.
Thursday.
I'm Nick Nurse.
In Philly.
I have Embiid camped out, right? I mean, he was terrible from 3. Why in the world is he shooting threes, right? 0 for 5. I thought we were just so lucky at the very beginning of the game, because
he can't help himself.
This was before he was camped out in the lane, making all the shots. He was shooting the 3, and very lazy, moving slowly. And I was like, yes, okay, we're gonna have this game. But he can't shoot the 3, so you got to wear him out defensively, so that he is more tired offensively. But if I'm Nick Nurse, I'm camping him out in the lane. Yeah. I'm going to tell him, don't shoot any threes. And this is where you're going to be, and we're going to feed you in there.
Yeah. And the other thing is, just, again, looking at the box score, the Philly played all their guys the whole game. They basically played. Drummond had 7 minutes. Bona didn't play at all.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, Bono was really good when Embiid was out.
Yeah, I
It's
thought
very interesting.
they.
I mean, they won. Embiid's in,
Yeah,
and
Drummond
so
hit
whatever.
another 3, which is insane.
Yes. Yeah. It was another dagger.
Yes. We only played 7 minutes. That's what I mean. Paul George 43. Embiid played 39 minutes, which is craziness.
Yeah. Well, we didn't make him work hard.
Oubre 32, Maxey 43, Edgecombe 40, and then Quentin Grimes played 24. But it's really a 6-guy lineup all night for them.
Yeah.
So they really went to their, top. They said, we're just going to play. It's do or die. I guess that's what you do. But like you said, you got to start running on these guys and get them,
Yes. Which we didn't do. It's
no.
too easily. Our offense is just too
slow.
easily.
Just
read.
slow.
Yeah.
Not a lot of fast break. Not a lot of transition.
Yeah.
A lot of kind of stuck in the mud, ISO. Everyone can sit around, catch their breath.
Yes.
And a lot of clanked threes. A lot of clanks, 11 for 39. 61% from the line. That doesn't help.
No, I know. Yeah.
Tatum was missing some.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It was a stark contrast from the last game. But again, if you go back to the last game, I mean, Pritchard really carried us over the top there,
Yes,
right?
he was excellent.
It's, Jason Tatum only shot 16 times in that game because he didn't have to because we were in,
Yeah.
we had and he was shooting well, so he had his 30 points. So he, had 11 assists in that game. In 34 minutes, he had 11 assists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so anyway,
I
don't know. It's gonna
Game 6, and we got to go back to Philly now. You did this to yourselves, Celtics.
I think
Thursday.
they'll come out with a lot of intensity.
I think so too.
I think
but
they
now
want to
you're
close
in
it
Philly,
out.
Although, what's going on with this Celtics team? The whole Tatum Brown era of just losing at home.
Yeah.
Constantly losing at home. This would be a good stat. We gotta look this up. Do you think I would bet they have a better road? Those two specifically have a better road record in the playoffs than home.
They could.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because you remember that when we lost to the Heat, but they went up 3-0, and then we came back 3-0, and they lost Game 7. Tatum got hurt, twisted his ankle, but we lost the first 2 at home, and then won, and then we won all these games in Miami. And
yeah, I bet you're right. Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
I like every time they seem to be winning games on the road.
Yes.
And dropping them at home, and it's just such a bizarre.
But I don't know if you remember the feel of when we played the Thunder this year, and we won, and that intensity, and they came ready to play.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a level of defense that you did not see in a lot of other games. I mean, it was kind of interesting, but they really came ready to play, and that wasn't there tonight. I mean, I think they, and it's hard when you have a blowout. I get that, but it was not here. It was like this prima donna game where they had the ISO, then they thought they got fouled, then they'd have to talk to the ref every time they talked.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Every 2 seconds. Well, you got to think that takes away from your defense, right? Every time you talk to the ref, every single
Jogging
time.
back.
Yeah. And it's like, if you're the ref, how many times can you hear that and take somebody seriously? Like, hello?
Yeah.
Now you got 2. You don't have Jaylen Brown doing it like he has been. Now you got Jason Tatum and you got Jaylen Brown doing it. No, you just took a stinky shot and you want to call because that's what happened. Because some of those shots weren't even close to going in and you wanted a foul call.
Yep.
Or you lost the ball because of good defense and you wanted a foul call. And maybe you were fouled, but you got to watch other games. You got to watch,
the physicality.
How physical it is. Like, this is the playoffs. Yeah. This is not you getting every foul call.
Well, it's also like those are physical guys that play physical offensively with the opponents. It's like you gotta, you gotta be able to take it if you're gonna dish it. Sometimes.
Well, also smart too, right? The Sixers know Jaylen Brown pushes his arm out.
And then
they know exactly, and you got Oubre taking the flop when that
Paul
stiff
George
arm comes out.
Thing,
yes, and you're going to get the call because you're not supposed to have your arm straight out, right?
Correct.
So anyway, you just got to be smarter in the playoffs. These aren't normal games, and you got to improve, which they're going to do next game. because they're probably going to tune in tomorrow to our podcast.
Yep. Missoula's going to listen. He's going to make the adjustments. Well, let's look around the NBA. Currently, the Knicks are about to wrap up a drubbing of the Hawks. They'll go up 3-2. At the time we're recording this, it's currently 4:32 in the second quarter. The Spurs are crushing the Trailblazers.
By almost 20.
Magic. Our Magic. We got to talk about the Magic. We can't figure out the Magic. We came on here a couple weeks ago.
2. I had them at 2.
we
Preseason.
We eulogized the Magic season a couple weeks ago prematurely. I believe you said you can't see them beating the Hornets in the last game, and then they went on to crush the Hornets, and now they're looking for
that was
one
after
more
our
game.
Bench. Deep bench.
Deep
8
bench.
guys out.
Yes.
Deep bench.
Smoked them.
Beats a fully healthy Magic team.
Yeah, they needed to win to host the first game, and then they lose to the Sixers team.
Yes.
And then here they are, about to beat the number 1 seed in the East.
Yeah. And they've been fun to watch. And you know what? They are extremely physical and tough. And they jump and they rebound.
Well,
and
this is
they're
the team we thought they would
tall,
be.
And they're,
And
because last game was not offensively very pretty for them. I mean, it was more.
It never is.
Guts
They've always been a defensive.
I mean, I think they kept the Pistons to what? 80?
Yeah, it was
something,
under
90. I mean, under 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were shell shocked. The Pistons were shell shocked last game.
For sure.
But that game, man, can I just tell you, if Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum were in that game and they felt the physicality of those two teams, they would be crying to the refs all night long. Like, it is a different...
They did that anyway.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I'm like, you're not watching these other games where people are just getting mauled and, having to suck it up and play along.
Yeah.
So yes, a little more toughness.
Agreed. And that's it.
And that's it.
That's all I got.
Disgust, I have to say.
Disgust.
There's only 2 games that have been a little
Missoula,
bit.
you better be tuning in. She's disgusted
I was
with this
disgusted
performance.
after this game. Yeah, I'm sure they all were. I mean, Tatum walked off the court head hanging low. I mean, they just knew they had not played well. This was not a surprise. They were disgusted. But yeah, it was just a very, very, probably one of the only painful games of the year. The only other time I can think that was a really painful game was
the game
early
Rockets. Was not good.
I don't know how to describe that one though. Yeah, I don't know. A little bit.
Shooting woes, but
yeah.
Well, the Rockets won. Yeah, that was. We went to that game together.
That was a very painful.
What happened to them?
Yeah.
That team looked like they were ready to compete for an NBA championship, and then they just.
They were really good.
They really fell apart.
Steven Adams gone.
Durant ruled out again for Game 5.
I know. They're having a tough go.
Tough go of it.
But yes, tomorrow next game's going to be a completely different game. I just know it. That's Thursday, right?
Thursday.
Yep.
Thursday. They don't have a time yet, but it's going to be Thursday, and we'll see you there. To keep tuning in, keep listening. We'll be back Thursday, hopefully talking about the round 2
Much
series.
more upbeat.
Hopefully we're not talking about a Game 7.
No. We do not want a Game 7.
We do not want a Game 7. No way. That would not be good. This is not going to be the first time Embiid beats the Celtics. We got to win Philadelphia. So tune in. You can follow us as usual. We're worldwide on all platforms at Shamrock Talk Pod, on Twitter at Shamrock Talk, on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all the places you normally find us. And that's it. Hopefully we can keep this playoffs going because you're towing a fine line, Celtics.
Yes. Winning the East. That's what people were talking about.
Yeah, winning the East. Now let's just get this series done first. Let's get
a little too much
hope
talk
we're gonna win a
about
game.
winning the East.
Another game.
Yeah. Let's just win this series right
Yes.
now.
Well, we'll see you Thursday. Go Celtics.
Go Celtics.